Hey up troops, it's windy. I've only just got out of the car. And it's hefty. So the car, oh god, is just underneath that aerial, like I can't properly there somewhere. That's the Cat and Fiddle pub right at the top. And we're making our way up to the top of there. It's windy as we try and turn away from the wind for the mic. It's windy as trekking poles are blowing everywhere. I have got an windometer with me, so we can measure it when we get a bit higher up. I can only apologise for how the audio sounds already, but it's busy. But this is the first video on the channel. Let's hope it's a good one, although it should be a good camp, an interesting camp, but I don't know about the audio and video quality. Let's get moving. I can't face this way too much and record because the wind is blowing directly into the microphone. But let's get a stomp on, let's get a bit higher up and see what we face. So we've come into a bit of a dip now. The wind isn't as bad as it was before. Still not great, but we're a bit sheltered here. The path's pretty wet. I don't know if you can see the path behind me. That's it's pretty puddly. And I've got my phone on like a little gimbal, and the wind is blowing the gimbal like mad. And again, with this being the first video, all the framing and all that sort of shit's way off, so give me a break there if you would, please. We're back in the wind. This is definitely some of the strongest wind I've been in. I haven't got the windometer, anemometer, whatever it is out yet to know what it is exactly, but it's pretty hefty. Like, look at the grass. So, yeah, it's giving me a little push over there as well. If I'm honest, I'm a bit apprehensive. I've never fully camped in winds like this, but the tent is 4-season, the poles are thick. It's the first time I'm using the tent as well. I can only imagine how bad this audio is. But we're a bit closer to where we're going, which is there. So we'll keep on marching. Unreal views over to the west. And this is what we want. This is what we're after. That's all we've got left now to the top of there. You can see the path Just going to tuck in again behind this wall where the wind's not as bad behind this. Oh, this Christmas tree's taking the absolute brunt of it for us. Right, hang on. Well, we've been walking there for not long, maybe 20 minutes. And it is tough, man. I thought, a bit of wind would be fine. I've never really camped in wind like this. It's pretty hefty, but enjoying the challenge. I wanted to sort of start the video and tell you why I was out, why I was camping, why I like it. I've got to remember to look at the camera and not at the screen, because otherwise I'm talking to me and not you. Yeah, why I'm out camping, why I like it. What I can't really. I'll probably go into more detail when we get the tent pitched up, if we get the tent pitched up and it don't blow away. But this Christmas tree, doing the absolute Lord's work. Just keeping the wind off our back for a little bit. It's mad, really, the amount of shelter just one tree's get. I'm barely feeling any wind. This lad's taking the absolute brunt of it. So yeah, we can see the path. You can see the path there. So just got to go up to the top of there. I can't imagine the wind's going to be that much worse. You can see the radio tower and pub where we left, can you? How far over is that? Really hard to do this. Yeah, you can see it over there, I think. But it did say it was going to be raining, and it's not raining. So that is a good thing. So I'm going to sprint up this hill now. I know you think I'll walk everywhere, but I'm going to sprint up there. I am built for it. So I'm going to walk up, I'm going to amble up, I'm going to be puffing out my arse when I get to the top. But we'll get the tent pitched up. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to record until we get the tent pitched up, and then we'll see what the tent does. We have got a sort of window of a sort of mess up time, fuck up time. I can say that, can't I? I've got a sort of a mess up time window. I've probably got about, once I've got the tent pitched up, I've probably got about half an hour to decide if the tent can hack it or not, which I think it's an help kit Kangri. It is 4-season, you know, the 9.2 mil poles from doing my research. So it should be able to. And according to the mountain forecast, it's only, I think it's sustained winds of 35, gusting up to 45. So according to videos I've seen and things I've looked at on the Help Kit website, you know, it should be okay with this, but we'll soon find out. I did get it second hand, but the fella said he'd only used it 3 times. I've had it out the bag, I've pitched it at home, and everything looks all right with it. So we'll see what it's all about. I'll sprint up this track. I'll say thanks to this tree. Safe. And we'll get up this hill. And now we're back in the wind. Told you I was sprinting. Wind's dropped off a tad actually. However, what has also dropped off is that little wind muff on the end of the mic. How much that does? Well, we're about to find out. Could sound, I don't think it sounded great to begin with. It's probably going to sound even worse now. Listen, it's my first roll with the dice. Give me a... Alright. Get off my back. Right, we're at the bottom of the path. Sort of came down, then goes back up again, and we're sort of at the bottom of it now, where it bottoms out, and this is the interesting. I say the interesting bit. I struggle climbing up here. It's time to begin. The wind, I don't know why. It must be getting some cover from this cheating crap. But it's nowhere near what it was. So you can see, we can't really see where we started now. It's on the other side of that ridge, but we've walked along where that wall is, all the way along here to the end of this path. And you can't, I'm pointing at the top. What am I doing? I'll show you where we've been about 9 times. You get the picture by now. What is a bit weird is this path. It's got like rubber supports underneath the path. Feels really bouncy. It's like genuinely right, let's get launching. I won't be able to talk in a minute because I'll be out of breath. Sorry about that. Look at this lovely touch. Massive Christmas tree. Someone's going to put some baubles on. That's a lovely touch. Oh, Ozzy the dog. Let's try and hold that branch still. Go on, Ozzy the dog. We got a name on this one? No. It is a proper Christmas tree though. I don't know if you can get the scale of it from here. Can I zoom out to it? Look at that. It's massive. Shout out Aussie. That's a lovely little touch. I tell you what, it's again lovely shot. I'm on camp here if I can't get pitched up at the top. It's a little bivvy here. Be lovely. It's a shame I haven't got a bivvy with me. Right, come on. Yeah, I'm just delaying the inevitable having to walk up this hill. I can see the trig point, baby. Harder than I think getting up there. And then round just hold on to this wall as we go. You can see someone else has gone in there. I'll talk to you about going in the bog in a second, because I've just done the same. Oh man, the wind on the side of this bench would be sweet. The wind comes down, sorry in advance. Through the gate. Oh man. Lock the gate. The wind is horrendous. The wind coming this time. So pitching the other side of that wall would probably be preferred. The views that way. But if I want to survive the night with the tent or have good views before the tent collapses, and I think I know what the answer to that is. So I'm just going to have a little walk down this end. The problem is the path's that side. I have camped here before and it was like here somewhere. There's just not many pitches that side because of the heather. Maybe a bit further down you can see some. But I don't know. I think what I'm going to do actually is stand back through the strongest gate in the world. Oh! Where the walking, cold because the wind. Let me fix it. I could go here, but it's just. Are we out the wind? Let me just crouch. Official, are we out the wind test? Oh. No, not really. It's coming over that wall. Pretty much the same. Oh. Can have a walk down this path. See if we can find any better pictures. I'm really worried this microphone sounds garbage. No bed to light a fire on the top here. Cheers, man. Just don't have a fire in the wall. Absolutely desperate for a fire. Just bring a little pit. They're about 10 quid. And they just lift the fire up off the floor, but that'll. I've done that for years now. Right, I have come to the other side of a different wall. I'm a bit close to the camera there, sorry, Jesus. I have come to the other side of a different wall and it's not any better, so I'm just going to pitch facing the wind, so the narrow side of the tent's facing the wind. I'm hoping the design of the tent will just have the wind going over the top of it. Well, one way to find out because I haven't got much other choice, but I do need to pitch it and see how it does. So I've got about 15-20 minutes before it starts going dark, so then I need to think, if it starts going dark, I've got to get back down. I don't really want to do that in the dark. I'd be okay, it's all paths. I'd be okay in the dark, but I just don't want to do it. So we'll try and get pitched up in this and we'll see how we get on, man. Yeah, not happening eyes. It's tried for 20-25 minutes there. It started raining now as well. I'm just going dark, so we'll have enough time to get back to the car, give or take. So that was an experience and a learning curve. It's good I didn't call it. Whoa! It's good I didn't call it Bald Man Camps. So at least I've actually been outdoors. I think trying to get an inner first pitch tent up when it's windy like that. I think you've got to have some shelter, haven't you? Or two of it. Once it was up, once it would have been up, I reckon it'd have been okay. But it's only been blowing 30, and it can definitely handle 30. But right, we're gonna make our way down. See the lights in the distance, maybe. That's where I'm going. Back to the car. I'll report back when we're there. I'm gonna take a break at some of them trees, hopefully. Let's get out of here. The shelter tree. Surprised at the lights. I know it doesn't just go black when sunset comes, but this is the shortest day of the year. I know it doesn't just go pitch black, but I thought it would be darker a little bit faster than this, which I'm quite pleased with. You see those red lights that got? So the shelter tree's here, but to be honest, I thought this was windy on the way over here. Turns out when I got to the top, this wasn't windy at all actually. Just keep thinking about ways I could have pitched that tent and actually got it up, and I've got some ideas. And when I get back to the car, I'll get in the car and I'll have a quick debrief. But the main thing is, look, we're alright, we had a go. Still had good fun, still like being outdoors, I'm still pulled. So the channel's living up to its name. The trees looking lovely. Lovely gate. I've just heard mad thunder over there. You can see it's pouring down. The thunder was insane. Can't even see light. That is rain coming in hard there. I think that's, in fact I'm not sure that, I think that shoveling's low over there. That rain is coming in heavy, we were there. Yeah, that wind, that rain's coming over there now. Good decision, I think. Those headlights are there, just to the left of that. Oh, it's starting to rain. Well, it's to start. We're just about at the area masters. I think I've said that. 75. To see if fast. Probably not, because it's dark. I can only just see it in. It's not on the camera. What you can see there. Especially with me walking. Right, we made it, we're alive. what an expedition. Shackleton would be proud. Very tame, to be fair, I suppose, by some standards, especially by his standards. Right, with that to go, I'll get my bag off, I'll get my coat off, I'll have a sit down and a debrief, I think. I'd love a coffee, actually. I'll get my stove out and make a brew. Let's just get back to civilization. I feel like I've been away for about 6 months. I feel like I've just been to Mordor and I'm just on my way back to the Shire, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe how long you've been gone. In reality, I've genuinely left my car about 2.5 hours ago. So maybe even 2 hours ago actually. So barely any time at all. But I'll tell you what, it's cool walking along here and looking at the rain and wind in the dark. It's not like I haven't experienced that. Well, sorry, I don't know why I'm shouting. Used to shouting over that wind. I haven't had a drink this whole time. Don't mind if I do. Oh, it's freezing as well, it's lovely. Dimto, if you're wondering. Right, debrief. Not happy to begin with that the first video on the channel is a bail. And it's the first time I've ever bailed as well. I've never had to bail on a camp before. But some people who are a lot more experienced than me have bailed on camps. And at the end of the day, if it was the right decision, then it was the best thing to do. For sure. I'll tell you as well, I'm sat in this car and the wind is blowing the car heavy. I had the anemometer out on the way down. I recorded it when it got up to 35, and I got it up to 41, but I wasn't recording that, I was just holding it as I walked. Maybe I was walking so fast that it was helping the number go up. So why couldn't we get the tent up? Because other people must have got tents up in what was an average 25 mile an hour, gusting up to, I measured it up at the top up to about 30. I only got it to 35 and 41 on the way down. Why couldn't we pitch the tent? Well, two things, which it's not the tent's fault straight away. Let me just make that abundantly clear. It's definitely my fault and Mother Nature's fault. Two things. I think I should have pegged the inner out first. I've never pitched other than in my living room. I've never pitched an inner first tent other than at home when I tested pitching that. The only other tents I've pitched in some wind, but nothing like this. But I have pitched tents in wind, but it was all in one tent. So I've done a Cloud Peak 2 and a Lanshan 2, which were dead easy. I can see why people like the Hillyberg Soulo, because I'd have been able to pitch that up there no problem. Because you peg it in and then you clip the sides up as you go, don't you? So it's easy to pitch in the wind. There's a reason everyone uses them in weather like this. So yeah, going forward, I don't know, man. Well, firstly, I know one thing. I need some better. So my pegs are okay, but they're not this weather okay. I've got better pegs than the standard. I've got the V pegs, and they're bigger than most. Well, they're bigger than the ones you get with, like, you know, the shitty ones you get with the Lanshan and stuff. So they are decent. They're like groundhog copies, MSR groundhog copies. So they're normally okay, but in this weather, I definitely need some more heavy duty pegs for sure. I want some of them, you know, them nails. I call them tent nails, but people call them stakes. I think I've seen Paul Messner use some, the Eastern, I think, the brand is. Definitely need to get some of them just so they hold it in better. And then I think we peg the inner down first. I don't know, thinking about it now, I'm really frustrated as to, I know that's the best thing to do, and I don't know why. I don't know if I panicked or what, but I clipped the inner to my bag and then started trying to put the poles in. What have I done that for? I need to peg the corners of the inner down first, then put the poles across. That's definitely the way to go. I'm watching, I've only just got back down where I haven't watched it yet, but watching that video that I recorded, hopefully of me trying to pitch the tent, hopefully not hopefully, but I will be really frustrated watching it, because I'll be like, mate, just peg the four corners down before you put the poles in. What are you doing? So I suppose this is a shout out to anyone who watches this, maybe, who's ever pitched a tent that's inner first like that in wind. what's the best thing to do. And even though the first video on the channel is a bale, I think a correct bale. I'm just looking at the wind and rain out there now, man. It's rough skis. I would love to be out in that though, but I need my tent up first, you know what I mean? So yeah, I will be doing this again. Probably won't come here again. I'll go somewhere else. But I do want to get that tent up and give it a test out. Like I mean, Hillybergs are a joke, aren't they? I'd love if Hillyberg made a Hillyberg Soulo XL. Because with me, I'm 6'4", well 6'3", 6'4" with me insole then, or with my shoes on. The Soulo is just not long enough. So I'd love a Soulo XL for anyone like 6'1" and above. That'd be really good. So otherwise, you then got to go to the Alac, and even that's not. Is it the Alac or the Acto? I can't remember. But even that's not massive. Anyway, I'm literally waffling. One thing I will say, I know everyone watches these type of videos. I mean, I'm sure we'll get, like me, I'll watch it on my other YouTube accounts and somebody else might. But everyone talks about gear and what gear's good and all that sort of stuff. I tell you what has been a lifesaver up here, and it's nothing exciting. I bought a pair of waterproof sealskin socks, and I've had to walk through various puddles on the way up and down. And my boots aren't waterproof. They're like water resistant. Like if you walked in the rain, you wouldn't get your feet wet, but if you walk through a puddle, you will. And my feet are toasty, lovely and dry. And I could feel when I went through a puddle on the way back down, I could feel that my feet got cold because they were covered, like the sealskin socks were wet. But like my feet were fine, but I could feel that the sealskin outers had got wet, so I could feel that the coolness on my feet. But my feet never got wet; they're toasty and warm. So they were a lifesaver. Well, not a lifesaver. I'd have been fine with wet feet, but they were just a really good thing to have. And you know that website Sports Pursuit where you have to put your email address in to look at things. I don't really fully understand that, but you do. But anyway, Jesus, get over fire. I had a retina once. I got them off there for they were like 12 quid. And I think if you buy them full whack, they're like 25 quid, which is expensive for one pair of socks, isn't it? But you only buy one pair of those type of socks, and you just wear them over the top of your other socks, and it keeps your socks underneath dry. They're genius, and they're a bit weird when you put them on. Like I wouldn't wear them around the house because they're like basically rubberized. But once you've got your shoes on and stuff, you don't notice them. Anyway, that's enough. Bald and Outdoors, episode 1. I was bald. I am bald, and I was outdoors. Didn't camp though, but I am true to the channel's name. Right, I'm going to go home. Laura's not going to expect me home, so that's going to be a laugh when I walk through the door. But I'm going to go home. I'm going to go. Laura will have had. Time's it now? It's 20 to 5, so she'll have had dinner on the way back. By the time I'm back, so I'm going to go and get some snapping from the co-op on the way home. Sit down, feet up, stick a film on that I was planning on watching up there, or maybe I'll go in the garden and make a dehydrated meal on my stove just so I've still lived the experience. Right, I'm waffling. I'll see you later. All the best. Cheers for watching. Bye for now.